They are powerful forces of nature, uncontrollable, unpredictable, and unyielding. Hurricanes and earthquakes. Buildings must stand and resist whatever forces nature presents in order to protect people and possessions. But the forces of uplift, racking, overturning, and horizontal shear exact their prices on the structures that don't meet the model building codes. While a number of systems are available to secure the integrity of wood frame structures, the code-listed QuickTie system stands apart for its elegant engineering and clean and efficient installation. Yet in practice, QuickTie is more than just a tie-down system. QuickTie provides a sound and straightforward solution to a very real wood framing consideration, one in which the traditional rigid tie-down systems typically don't accommodate. The answer is found in QuickTie's unique pre-stressed design. The key to the QuickTie system is the galvanized wire rope cable used to manufacture each QuickTie, a product used in the aerospace industry. Threaded studs are swedged to each end, effectively fusing the wire rope cable to the studs. A plate washer and nut complete the hardware for each QuickTie. QuickTies are threaded through feeder holes in the framing. Then they're anchored with quickset epoxy into a field-drilled hole in the concrete foundation. A properly installed QuickTie provides a continuous load path. This takes the load from the uppermost top plate directly to the foundation without relying on intermediate members. This not only resists uplift forces on the building, but also satisfies girder and shear wall hold-down applications as well. But uplift, girder, and shear wall forces are really only part of the problem. One of the engineering realities of wood frame construction is that over time, buildings settle. The problem with competing rigid tie-down systems is that they typically don't compensate for these wall movements caused by dead and live load compression and the long-term effects of lumber shrinkage. You might say QuickTie is always on the job because its continuous pre-stressed action works like a spring to firmly clamp the building components to its foundation. It's the stretch in the wire rope cable that allows QuickTie to perform as effectively as it does. Because QuickTie is an elastic wire rope cable instead of the traditional rigid components, the system effectively compensates for lumber shrinkage and building compression losses. Let's consider a simple example. Imagine that we're engineering a wall in a building that needs to resist a series of trusses 2 feet apart. Now, each truss is 580 pounds of uplift. With a capacity of 2,320 pounds, the QuickTies will be spaced at 8-foot centers. Before pre-stressing the QuickTie, the force in the wire rope cable spring is 0. When the QuickTie is initially tightened, it is pre-stressed to a force of approximately 3,300 pounds. The added pre-stressing compensates for an expected 20% load loss that results from the relaxation of the wire rope cable. Now, this occurs over the first 40 days, after which the load loss for relaxation is effectively 0. In our scenario, this means a force exerted by the QuickTie system after relaxation losses is still about 2,640 pounds. Finally, with the building settling estimated at 1/8 inch per floor due to long-term wood shrinkage and creep, the final spring force is reduced to the 2,350 pound uplift resistance required by the design. With the constant clamping action of the installed QuickTies, the building remains compressed and tight and ready to resist storm forces. On the other hand, traditional rigid installations can't even begin to resist uplift loads until the wall components are pulled apart by a distance equal to the total building shortening due to compression and shrinkage. Construction professionals can be confident in their choice when specifying QuickTie systems for their projects. confident in the quality of the product and in the way that it will perform. The QuickTie system has undergone full-scale wall uplift testing to verify total assembly performance. Now, these tests provide a higher level of assurance than systems in which only individual components are tested. QuickTie wire rope cables are laboratory tested for strength and elastic force parameters, as well as for its inelastic constructive strength and relaxation characteristics. Furthermore, swedged samples of the wire rope cable and stud assembly are tested daily as part of our quality control program. Lastly, since the engineered tensioning of every QuickTie is loaded to about 130% of its hurricane or seismic design service load, every QuickTie is proof tested. This confirms the structural integrity of each QuickTie, as well as the epoxy anchorage of the stud end and the concrete foundation. The QuickTie system is so simple and efficient, it installs in half the time of traditional products. The location of each QuickTie is marked on the sole plate according to the drawings. Holes are aligned above the markings and drilled through to the uppermost top plate. Offsets of up to 8 inches per floor can be readily accommodated. Then, each QuickTie is threaded down through the feeder holes. The top stud is secured with a washer and nut, and the bottom stud is set into epoxy. When the epoxy has cured, the nut is field tightened according to the directions on the tag attached to each QuickTie. This ensures the building is pre-stressed to the required tension. And because QuickTies are custom made to the exact length for each job, there's no coming up short or any cutting necessary on site. The QuickTie Advantage applies to more than easy installation and secure building integrity. Using QuickTies greatly reduces the need for advanced coordination of embedded items with foundation subcontractors. There are very few situations in which anchors need to be installed. Similarly, there's no need to coordinate in advance with the framing contractor to set the type and location of connectors. In fact, there are few, if any, metal connectors for framers to install. Most floor-to-floor strap connectors aren't needed. And because the QuickTies are flexible, they can be installed after framing is completed. All this serves to make QuickTie faster and less expensive than the old traditional methods. Even drywall and trim subcontractors appreciate the QuickTie system. There's no clumsy strapping to interfere with the work of the finishing trades. When inspection time rolls around, the QuickTie system leaves no room for doubt. Each QuickTie can be completely inspected after installation. There are very few components to inspect, and they are all visible. With so many advantages, it's time to break the habit of conventional tie-down methods and turn to the system that's effective, cost-efficient, easy to install, and meets today's model building codes. QuickTie. The name says it all.